Episode. Welcome.
Yes, boss.
I was about to drop fire when you cooled me down, because then Episode has promised us outfit clothes for 7 years, bro. 7 freaking years, bro. Charlie.
Even before the show starts.
Yes, I know. Yes. When Moses started, you know what Moses used to wear? That's when Episode used to promise us clothes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now we're in the era of President John Mahama, and still I will not get it. But he says he's brought the outfits to us.
I brought it today.
We want to see it. We want to see before the conversation starts.
Oh, where Ike day?
Ike, we know you are in there. Please bring the outfit, because Charlie, like today, Epic go come out in Shada.
Oh yeah, I want some D.
Like today, yeah. Listen, he's a stylist. But this man, I don't know, Charlie. We've spoken about this several times, but the Episode never really takes his side on. Like, he doesn't really make noise about it. You know that his fashion brand and all of that, you know, he's got too much that he doesn't want to give off. But I'm sure you swim very well too, right?
Oh yeah. And when in Sean I was
water boy.
Yeah, Sean I was. That was normal.
Talking in Sean, I remember some guy, we go some poolside chess more. Then you know some girls did the way Charlie. Some guy say, "You watch this girl, yo, Olympic size pool. This guy swim from one end." You know, he won't show say, yeah, Charlie, one them day. he do away the girls have left. Aquaman. Charlie, welcome.
Give thanks.
Where are you dropping from? Because really right now there with the feel. Where they London, where they Switzerland, or where they Netherlands. He's taught all the lands.
Poland, they come from Moneyland,
bro. Charlie.
Yeah,
where are you coming from? I just want to know where you're coming from.
London.
Yeah.
I was in UK. So it was Germany and then UK.
Home in UK.
You know.
Yeah. Home in. What was up? What was happening in London?
I got billed to perform on the Shindig Festival.
Shindig.
Yeah.
Which one be that?
So it's actually one of the biggest. It hosted close to like 14,000 people.
Ooh.
And it's a 3-day event. And we happened to play in one of the venues, and then we closed the event for the Sunday.
Energy.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
It was. I've not seen I've seen crowd like that, but like the energy, and then to know that you're singing to totally different space, like 90% just white people jamming to indigenous sound that you don't understand is just amazing, you know.
Yeah. So you, what you want to try to tell them other boys be say, we made a day there and they do some things.
Oh, there's like you not reach.
Yeah.
We not reach. Yeah. Trust me, like, and then you're getting to experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't open up. I excite.
Make that open for you.
Hey, we open for you. Yo, you guys, listen. This man doesn't gift by heart. Oh, he brought what we asked for.
Excellent.
Yo. After the shows, the after party, and after the party is the hotel lobby.
This is too hard, bro.
Yeah.
This is too hard, bro.
Yo, I love it. Oh, you give serious some. Oh, I think
this is why Jay Foley said he's changing enemies today.
You know? Yo, Charlie, we've been asking for this from him for a minute. So we got it. Charlie,
I mean, like the July location and Kobe this
I tell you.
Yeah.
Yo, bro.
We love it.
Bro.
We love it. Thank you so much. We keep it this.
I'm going to insult you again, off air.
I beg you.
Off air.
Yeah, for those who are requesting for some, it's a 7-year.
7-year waiting.
7-year waiting.
Thank you. Waiting list.
Yes. So you are, according to some of you, I think you have 6 more years to go. Thank you very much. Yes. That's all I want to say.
Solid there.
Yeah, man.
King of.
My bro Semika ask you about Ghanata boys. You know, they carry
Ghanata boys.
Yeah,
let me go Ghanata.
School Ghanata.
Not the high school. I went to the college.
The college,
art college, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We would do every arts for Ghana, you know, every arts.
Yeah.
From Bulldog is also from Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Episode. Let's go back to Shindig.
Shindig, yeah.
Yeah.
So big up to KOG.
Okay.
KOG is Kweku of Ghana. He's one of the international Ghanaian acts. We don't even know him, you know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, this guy has played every festival, and he's actually selling out every space
Charlie.
in UK. He's been on BBC. He's played with the orchestra. He's this year he's playing Glastonbury.
Oh wow!
Yes, that's huge. You know, so I've been working with him for a while, and then I happened to be on the set because he was closing one of the venues, and then he gave me, out of the 45, I did like 10 or 15, and it was amazing.
Oh,
you know,
happy.
and yeah.
Oh, Charlie. Okay, so we've got a shindig video of Episode's performance. Let's check it out real quick so y'all gonna understand what we're talking about. Check it out.
Oh, zamina mina abele kumase bantama abele zamina mina abele the English name of one yambi is Pharaoh. Just got here.
All the way from Ghana, make some noise for Epixode! Everybody come this now, dance out! So we turn this up,
Trust that, Charlie. If Ghana would go play international game like that, there some people there if they them attend just there for take put you on top.
No play.
Nah, man. Listen, you can tell that crowd engagement. Charlie, I be there, Charlie Episode, yeah, he will get you to jam along with him. He will get you to jam. I always will talk the story. 1957, the Rhythms on the Runway.
Yeah.
Episode went on stage and he sang his
Wahala Day.
The Ghana Day.
Nkrumah
The Wahala Day song. And I said, Charlie, some politicians they enter them. So if you sing along, it's a problem. If you don't sing along, it's a problem. So Charlie, you wicked guy. Episode. No, Charlie, that look real good. That look
crazy.
Crazy. What is the strategy when you get into an audience like that? They probably don't know your music. They're not first time they're about to see you. What is the strategy behind you engaging them? What do you do?
I don't know. I feel like, okay, so let me put it this way. Imagine I'm on stage, and then I say that put your hands up, everybody, and then you go like you see just a handful of people's hands up. Then I go like, if you don't put your hand up, it means you armpit the smell. You don't go put them up.
Yeah,
you do it.
Yeah.
So with me, I think one of the strategies is anytime I find myself in a space, first thing, study which artists, the main artists on the act. What are they doing? What can I do different?
Yeah.
So whilst everybody is backstage trying to do superstar, I'm actually in the crowd trying to see, okay, this is the weak point. This is where the energy is in the crowd. This is where, I make sure I study all those things.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm there to work, but I'm also there to learn.
Yeah.
That's what happens with me.
What are some of the learnings you get from such crowds? A crowd that doesn't understand. When I say understand your music, like this is the first time they're hearing the rhythm, experiencing. What do you learn from them?
That music itself is not really about the language. And the few times that I've been on festivals like this, I've got to understand that, the yearn for our indigenous act is actually high. Because then they've seen all the Jay-Z's and then the Lil Waynes and then all the blings and then the flashy stuff, but they want to have experience. So you're doing incantations and stuff, things they know they understand safe. You understand? Like me pulling up with the face painting and everything. Then they get to experience you backstage, pouring libation and thing, and then they are asking, like that's real, like that's something that they want to take pictures of. They want to ask you, and then with the kind of songs that you would want to do on stage. Now I've got to understand that, okay, now it's even more easier when they have a little idea about what you're going to sing about, even though they'll do the sing along. you know, because most of our songs will be in the local language. So I get to tell you a little story about where I'm coming from and how that actually impacted the sound that you're hearing today.
Yeah.
You know, and I take all these things into consideration, because I remember that night there was another artist called Ibibio Sound. I think she's from Senegal or Cameroon.
Okay.
And then I don't know if you know Uncle Caribana Man.
No.
He was actually the guitarist for Sibisa, and this man plays for this lady. And then they sold out one of the spaces, and I'm actually in the crowd and I'm taking videos of them. And then now they are in our tent watching me on stage. They're like, but you know the guy taking the
walking
videos
around, yeah.
And I said,
Humility.
yes. Really, nobody knows me here. I'm here to work. And then I've seen what I like, and I'm also trying to, you get me, to have memories of it. Then now, from there, I get a collaboration from her. You know, exactly. So when I get myself in a space like that, I really forget I'm not Epixode. I'm just there, you know, to actually tell them that, yeah, you've seen Ebu Taylor, but there's like 1,000 more coming. You've seen Uncle Pat Thomas, you've seen Sancho Fee, but there's like a whole army and a whole different sound.
So what do you then tell us back at home to be doing? Because it's like this becomes a very interesting gateway to the world.
Yes.
You know. So what do you advise your colleagues? You know, because I mean, yeah, Afrobeats is big, but the Afrobeats place, you know, is
I think
saturated.
right now even the Afrobeats has been diluted to the level where you can't even have that, because they're doing the R&B mixes and everything. You understand? All I can say is it might work for me, it might not work for somebody, but I know that if you have the African touch to it.
Whilst you are speaking, I won't make you read this for me.
Oh,
you go read out.
Oh, a little bit.
Small.
A little bit.
I mean, this is an article that was published, you know.
By
Who's Joshua?
So Joshua is Joshua Musei and Musei. Yeah. This guy is actually a Grammy award-winning producer. Wow. He played on Angelique Kidjo's album.
Oh.
And he's a guitarist for Stone Boy.
Okay. Have an idea what they're saying in there? Ist Ghana als Reggae und Dancehall.
So that's Dutch.
Yeah, but I had a question that was actually leaning into you know, being exposed to like a festival audience.
Yes.
You know, and like the music, the genre of music. I wanted to find out like what insights does that give you into, since we're also raising the Afrobeats conversation.
Yes.
What insight does that give you into you know, the genre of music, especially us owning what we have, and then considering the fact that you have also in recent times I would say, I don't want to say diverted, but like you've shifted more towards making like high life music.
Yes.
Amongst other, what insight does that give you with regards
for me,
like the genre we are of music that we are predominantly making here, and that's what we can do?
So we can all say that we give thanks for the roots, which is high life.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, mine is more like growth. I wouldn't even say I've diverted or anything. It's just growth. The insight that gives me is that look at 20 years from now, like 2 decades before, let me say before now, and then you even notice that how were these guys even understanding our sound when they were mixing, because most of our records were done there.
Yeah.
Most of the producers worked on the records that now we can actually call as our old sound. What were they hearing?
How did they understand it?
You understand?
Yeah.
Now, I look at it from this perspective that how can I use a loop station but still let you hear Dundu on there? That's the insight I'm having. Like, okay, everybody's doing this. You would have Masego and the band doing the loop stations and everything. Yes, I also have a loop station, but what will be different? You get what I'm saying? So me as a Ghanaian coming on that set, or an African coming on that set, the burners and all that have made Afrobeat what it is. But what is after? What haven't they seen? Knowing that Ghana has, I stand to be corrected, like 600 rhythms we haven't touched on yet.
Yeah, I said.
Then I have to incorporate that indigenous sound to what the contemporary feel right now. And I'm not the first person to have done it, but at least I need to also add up to what has already been there. It could even be not from the sound. It could be from the looks, from the match. from the instruments. I'll bring a banjo on stage, but it's different. You get what I'm saying? I'll bring a calabash. You're doing your 808. Calabash in water will give me an 808 sound that you cannot sample. So these are the things. These are what I look at it
now.
That's where the direction is.
How did you discover this? What informed, because I know you've asked this question several times, but it's an unbelievable switch.
Yeah.
From a reggae dancehall artist, a recognized award-winning reggae dancehall artist, switching completely to a genre it has been in existence for many years.
Yeah.
But it is nothing rhythmic to reggae dancehall.
Exactly. So I think
what informed you on this? Is it the territory you found yourself in?
Let me be very real. I think I've not been happy. Always been like a minimal.
Oh.
So you want to create a niche for yourself.
Yes, and looking at it from this angle, that yes, dancehall. I'm just grateful that for close to a decade I've been one of the acts, the first 5 or first 4 or first, But I'm also like, Charlie, the thing they do pass them, like
for real.
You understand?
For real,
yes.
Facts.
Investment might play a part. Links might play a part. Different platforms, engagements might play a part. But looking at the work ethic, looking at the creative side of it, looking at what I've actually been, you can put this here, put it. Every time it's just the two, and then is a minimal. I'm not even, just not me. Like there's a whole lot of lineup way when you put them together. Like people also, they do their best. The space is too big. So now dropping, it actually started from me and Sakodia's song Menewa. It had a little bit of Afrobeat with highlife. And guess what? My first album, which was in 2016, had a serious highlife song on there. It didn't blow. I've always been doing that because that's my roots. That's what my mom was doing. But the love for reggae and dancehall, Koligon or dancehall man. So then I was trying to experiment with Atia, and then it worked. And then I got my first international show, and I'm like, so I've been doing reggae and dancehall for over 10 years, and all you hear be, Charlie, you did try, you did try.
Fire emojis.
You understand?
Fire emojis.
Then I got my first international gig.
Like pop.
You get it? So after when I was on that trip, I just did 3 days. Coming back home, I'm like, there's actually something that we have to look at. Do you know Florence Adoni?
Nah, help me out, bro.
So Florence Adoni and their band, they are from the north. And just this as I'm talking to you now, they're in Europe, they're in London. They've done over 25 shows already.
Hey, you understand?
There is Alogote and his band. There is Afla and his band. There is Sanchofi. Sanchofi was playing in Japan last December or October.
Yeah.
So I'm asking myself, what's like somebody like a place like Japan? What's more than they hear? Where did they book Sanchofi make they play like 15 states? And then I'm here and I'm trying to claim kinship.
A minimum.
You understand? A minimum. So after Atia actually gave me
favorite guy, Epi.
Atia actually gave me my first 1 million views on YouTube. So I'm like, why I stress myself to do this thing? So first thing, okay, how do we get in that space? I had to take 2 years of my life to actually study the sound first, because now I have to unlearn everything that I know and then go back to the basis, the difference in highlife, the sechi, the nyomkro, and all those things. And I'm not chi, so the pan logo and things I know, the gun side, but I have to actually learn this sound. Then the next thing is, how do we make it possible? Get boys together. Everybody wants money. Who is actually in the same line with you to understand the focus or where you want to go? Okay, Joshua, right guy. We met first, then we produced like 2 songs. Okay, now let's put together a project. How do we do that? We can't actually book studio every time. You have to pay boys. So I actually have to sell some of my stuff to build a live studio.
Yeah, we saw you do that.
You know,
we saw you do that.
For me, I'm looking at the longevity in this, because if I'm on tour and I'm playing 15 venues, and I sell 1,000 vinyls, and each vinyl is like £40. Just vinyls, not you are not even looking at the streams or the charts and what the digital ones, just vinyls. You sold even 100 a night. How much is that? And vinyls, and these things are actually huge. Cassette is coming back. So I'm like, okay, wherever we want to take this.
Oh, it is like people are that antique.
So there's
Bro,
even like ads on radio
I bought-
calling for vinyls. Like
I just
people
bought
want vinyls.
Burner's, like his collection. That's like £80. I've been collecting vinyls for 2 years. I have close to like
Stack 'em.
250 vinyls now.
Man, them.
Yes. And these are, if you listen to some of the sounds, yeah, actually, so if these people, they sample even our music till now. I have Rex Omar's vinyl, and then I told him, Uncle Rex, I have a vinyl. He said, hey, me if I not get some more.
I sell to women.
You, you know?
Buy back your
So
music.
I'm actually looking at a very bigger than just
Wow.
being on playing in conference center or even just the festivals, because these artists are selling merch.
I don't even know the question to ask though, but Sakodia dropped a highlife album.
Mary,
Mary,
amazing project.
and do you think that maybe because some people critiqued it, very few people understood the quality of the music and
Yes.
appreciated it.
Yes.
But the masses that were used to the hip hop of the side of his life
Yes.
felt like that was out of place. Do you think this is what you are saying?
Yes. So guess what? I'm not going to say that I'm prophesying, but I think that is the album that Sakodia in his 70s can actually just sit down and then perform. Just like Uncle Ebutela is not even singing anymore. He just has to appear on the stage and then the band is playing.
Yeah.
You understand?
Christ.
So we can't all be jumping 10 years from now up and down. Oh, they then Cross Cry, they play with orchestra right now.
Yeah.
You get it? And I think that album is like, to me, the best Sakodia album. Maybe I stand to be corrected. Maybe they didn't do a very good follow up, as in trying to tap into those spaces that love that type of project.
Charlie, it's a scary decision to make.
Bro, it's a lonely road to trod.
As I tell you, see, Trigmatic, for example.
Amazing.
Trig entered that space.
Yeah.
He may not have continued his music on that tangent in terms of like playing shows and stuff.
Yeah.
But it took him to different worlds. Different.
Bro, guess what?
Yeah.
Dancehall gave me the name Episode, but Atia gave me respect.
Aye.
Yeah.
Headline.
Oh yeah.
Anne, please, did you hear that? Anne, I hope you hear that. Dancehall gave me Episode, but Atia gave me respect.
Because there's even a misconception about the dancehall already. Boom on your feet again. But after Atia can actually enter places and
The
then
art was clear.
you understand?
Yeah.
You're
And-
an artist.
Yeah. So I'm asking myself, the thing already do. Let's go to Tumpelibe and go and sample their indigenous sound.
Episode.
You know, and put it in, and that's what I did with the new one, the Million. I did the pan logo in between and did the dancehall on it, just trying to see if it will work. And yes,
No, we can't wait to check out that song, please.
you know. So for me,
Yeah. So I'm sure someone is wondering how you're able to get into these communities of people who want to hear African songs. Like, let's say you're in Germany, you're playing. How do you get
You
to
need
find
visa.
these people who? No, it's not about getting there. Or you're
Yeah.
already there.
Yeah.
How do you get to find these people who want to hear the African sound? Because if you're an artist from Africa, you're going to play a show in maybe Germany, maybe in Europe.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'd say, "Oh, I'm going for my people who know my songs."
yes,
So you should have a way to like say that these are the people who want to listen to this. So here, this is where I'm going.
okay. So, I think everything that is happening to me now has been pre-planned like 10 years ago. I had always said to myself that no disrespect, but I don't want to keep playing. I don't want to play. If I want to travel, I don't want to play for a Ghanaian community.
No, don't worry. Some people say they don't want to marry a Ghana man.
You know, I've already said to myself that, because that time you would see they were just playing clubs and all of those things, and I was a big fan of leaving school and using my school fees to go and buy DVD of watching Sizzler watching K-Ting and all those people. So now you see like huge crowds. So then, okay, how do I get this done? My first ever main stage where I saw like close to like 15,000, right? That was my first this thing. Was in Zimbabwe, Harare International Carnival. I was not even built to perform. When I got there, just a freestyle, I made sure that they put me on the show.
Yeah.
Because as I come, Charlie, in your door, me, like in June, you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. You would definitely not know that, okay, just this community would accept the song. But what stops you from trying?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like the Shindig Festival, I was not built to perform. And then big up to KOG. Told me, bro, I'm on this gig. You want to come? I said, yeah. Actually, I had to pay everything to go and perform.
Yeah. So we spoke about that with, what's his name?
Yeah.
Feels, eh?
Feels.
You know, and that's what I have done every time. Like now, I'm going back on tour with him. And then me and the team have to foot my own bills. Because now I'm asking myself, who knows you? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
But he actually is on that space now. So why don't you get in there, and then from there you build connect.
Yeah.
Right after the gig, I've been told if I want to come and play Glastonbury, it's open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Charlie, I did me the carry your this, you know.
Oh, boss, you don't have problem.
The drama.
The
You want
drum.
the drama? Drum
want
holder.
I want to briefly touch on what you said about it being a lowly road to
Yeah,
trod, right?
yeah.
And then also citing Sakodia as an example, where after the Mary album, it's like he almost didn't take that same trajectory. He went on
Yeah.
a different tangent.
Yeah.
Now, oftentimes we realize that the fans can also play a very important role in dictating which
yes.
direction that the artist should go. And we tend to box the creative in. It's like, yeah, we know you for this.
Yeah.
You know, so you find people making comments like, yeah, he can never make an album like this
Yes.
again. But that's why he made that album.
Yes.
Right. That's why it's there. If you want to listen to that, you should go back to
exactly.
you should go back there. So I want to find out from you. You think that the artist, is there a way that the artist can give the people a sense of what they want to hear even before they know that, okay, this is what maybe we want to hear? Or you think that we should always like kind of sort of feed into for want of a better word, expectations? Because I mean, it plays a very important role in how you are received and the advancement of your career, because in everything you still want to be able to move forward.
Exactly.
So like, how does that dynamic work?
Okay, so let's use Sakodia like that as an example. That okay, after the Mary album, everybody wants to hear Sakodia rap on a hip hop beat and all of that. He knew why he made that album, and then I think maybe he was not even doing it because he wanted to continue going to that part,
direction. Yeah.
but that was his and his team personal decision, and that's what. I think when you get to a level in your career, now you can give them anything and then they're just gonna go so far as is a good product, and so far as is actually going to be better than the old one. You understand? We've seen artists come and then they decline with the next project and all of that. I can only be witness to Minecraft, not anybody else, that when I decided to go that direction, I knew it was not going to be easy. It was not going to be something that they were just going to hold on to fast. But I built it first with the looks. So now anywhere I go, I'm trying to make you know that, okay, there's a little bit of twist to the brand that he's trying to bring. You understand? And then the sound. Atia, the original song itself was a reggae song. So when I dropped the reggae,
The rendition.
and then I did the highlife, and I did 9 more, which had jazz and all those things.
I'll confess that even me, at a point in time, critiqued in my own small corner, like, okay, wait, is episode show of this? Like,
Yeah.
is it that he's hungry? Is it that he's tired?
Tired of the.
Yeah, I was questioning. I was like, because I mean, yeah, because one video I've seen you doing a heavy dance, on the next video I'm like, boom, okay,
Yes.
okay, what is happening?
Yes.
But let me also ask you this very interesting question. This is a conversation that people are going to be having about you for a very long time to come. Why the switch? Why the switch? Are you ready to retell the story every single time?
Yes, I am. I think we'll get to a level people will just have to accept it. Example like Kufika. Sometimes you don't even remember he was a rapper.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because now he has done good with the high life.
Yeah.
And then the songwriting and everything. I will get to a space people would not even know me. They will just have to go and Google and then they will see avatar. They'll ask, but you're a dancehall artist and what happened?
Charlie.
You understand what I'm saying? I will say it over and over. Like that's me. I'll tell it. So people get to know that, okay, so he's just doing music. I'm just doing what I love.
Yeah. The spaces that this has opened you up for, what are you, how do I put this, that are you psychologically ready to embrace this new journey that, presents itself to you? Because you're going to play Glastonbury show.
Yes.
It's a big show. It's a big concert. Huge platform. You are going to present your best arsenal. That is your best music and the best of yourself.
Exactly.
Are you studying the audience or ask yourself that? Because equally, reggae dancehall is also a huge likable genre.
Mainstream now because of Koto.
Now.
Yeah.
Vibes just came out and now it's like a talk about. So in going there, which part of you do you present to that audience? Both or one?
So both because I want to play on the jazz festivals.
Okay.
I want to play on the Afro stages, but I also want to be on the reggae stage as well. So you just have to. For me, I'm trying to see how best I can just present music, so that you would not box. Okay. We want to book him for a jazz festival. He doesn't have a jazz music. Our next project actually is more jazz with a mix of high life.
Okay.
You understand? So that we can play with the Richard Bonas and all of those things.
Charlie, man won't eat everywhere. So.
Boss, if you not do them like that, how you go do? We are tired of the you are good and
many more.
Boss,
the fire emoji way.
They worry you are.
The fire emoji.
Fire emoji.
And the people too, they don't like to come insult you.
So Charlie, be hard.
You get it? And I've always said I don't want to be a celebrity. I want to just live my life.
Unfortunately, bro.
I want to just do that. I want to just do the art.
Yeah, when we check the description of celebrity, you overqualified.
So I get.
But now, speaking of just doing the art, do you think that the goal or the intention with which an artist or a creative gets into the space also determines their response, especially to expectations or like what they want for themselves? Like
yes, it's what I want first. If I love what I'm doing and then I put it on the table, I think that energy alone will also let you
informs your direction.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I paint. I love Minecraft. I did the shirt you're holding was actually a graphic design thing I just did.
Yeah.
And then after I did for
or DJ Slim?
No. The original piece was the Amachi Dede I wore for TGM last year for my performance.
Okay, yeah.
After that I'm like, but everybody say the thing fine. So
why I
no go feel do? But everybody go feel Amachi Dede.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we make it more Ghanaian? Then, but it's something where me they do long time they wear. You understand what I'm saying? So first I feel like if you love
something,
you love the thing. And then you're able to present it well and convince them that you follow them. That is when they will also come in.
Charlie, so now let me push you harder.
Yeah, let's go.
Yesterday there was an artist here. His name is Koto Boy. Yeah, Koto Boy.
Koto music.
Yeah, they doing sound. I guess on jam with family. We do sound.
Yeah.
The Ga community also. Okay, make I put them this way. When let's say the boys go play the Black Stars, the white boys invest in them where they can turn amazing players.
Yes.
Then they reclaim them.
Exactly.
Do you get such reclamation from the Ga community?
Yes.
Charlie, you wanna might be that too, but around like the high life, it's more a representation of Ghanaian music, but it's more tribe by tribe, the Ashantis seem to hold it a bit more.
Exactly.
But if the Ghana land, the Panogo and things, are you talking for us?
Well, I think until a few years ago, I don't even think people knew I was Ghanaian.
Oh,
That's true.
okay.
Yeah, I also thought you were aware.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sir?
I don't know why.
What you think I am? What you think I am?
In Jamestown.
I'm Zambian.
I told me near Ade Otu.
Nakai.
Ade.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Otu.
I see.
Okay. Daddy banana. Now,
Amy, are you
so
melting?
so
She's gone. She's
oh, you're gone.
yeah.
Nakwali.
Oh, okay, so I think we can't fault anybody, but we can fault ourselves. No disrespect to the Ga communities. I always say that when I go somewhere and they say, no, well, name me game, they get it there, ne pa nominator, ne nefine. I'm asking myself, how have we even packaged our own sound?
Yeah.
How have we even packaged our own selves
To make it appealing, yeah.
to make it appealing? Because sometimes I see them on TV and radio, and then I nominate you, and they have amazing records. Like you go to anywhere, and then the Ga boys, my song Ni Funny, King Jerry, and all those boys, their songs are huge. But it not be just that. It comes with the work. It comes to the business side of it.
Yeah.
You know, some of us imagine that when we started reggae and dancehall, we had put it in a man, hey, Rastafari, Selassie, and you dey work and you dey what it's different. Like this is show business. My mother loves reggae, but I don't think she'd want to enter into a space where it is really reggae culture, like Rasta culture, to listen to a reggae song. She would rather want to go somewhere, cross her leg, some cool restaurant. All these big men, they listen to reggae. So the Ga community itself, yes, we are there. We are pushing what we go fee push. But all boils down to us. Have we been able to package it well?
Shouldn't have to limit yourself to what you know.
You get what are they talk?
Yeah.
Most of these, Adani Best is not a Ga. Do you know that?
Oh, you kidding me?
Adani Best is not a Ga.
You are kidding me.
You didn't know?
Really?
Adani Best is not a Ga.
What's he?
I think he's from Kwewu or somewhere.
You kidding me?
Adani Best is not a Ga.
Let me applaud him.
Yes, you understand?
Because when you talk
Bro.
about Ga music,
What music?
identity,
Yeah.
you think Adani Best.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yes, you get it. And it be all this song, like our big export, Wolome. Imagine that somebody actually says, okay, you know what? Let's rebrand Wolome and take them on tour. Hey. Forget the you saying do and no disrespect to them, but they will equally sell out every
Venue, yeah.
space, But the new ones, we've all worked as Gampa try the content, the instrumentation, the final product itself. We are not able to package it well and put it out there. Somebody will defend the fact that Tree is global. But the same thing we allow them they do. Yeah, and then they also they on tour and then they play like that. You just Google Florence Adoni. Huh, Bozu.
Big, eh?
Forget our top stars. Forget. She's selling out every avenue. They feed day Europe and then they get like
Charlie
40 booked festivals.
But we don't
for the
hear
year.
about it. So what? I speak
No,
about
it's not, so
communication.
we don't hear about it because it's not in our stream of information.
Exactly.
But there's a community that hears and knows every single move. You see, it's like they support the football club. You go things that they know they do anything.
But
Yeah.
You understand? But the people will be diehard fans of that club. They know when the manager wake up.
Example.
Everything, yeah.
Walasi.
yeah.
Amazing act. I can. We don't really, but if you've been to a Walasi show,
You know.
hey, bro, me and the feet just go pay, go sit down. Like, hey, so we get this before here. We understand? I think it would not really end sound. It's just that maybe we would have to also give that positive energy to some of these people rather than always,
But with regards to like Trip was saying, right? The popularity, do you feel like the home audience needs to see this? Because, for example, when you move away from dancehall,
Yeah.
you've also moved away from a certain audience.
Yes.
and you are doing something new, and that audience is now discovering you.
Yes.
Do you miss the old audience, or do you feel like
I do sometimes.
how do you balance that? How do you cope with that?
So just like I did,
bringing them along safe.
I just dropped the dancehall song, you know. So I have something that I want to be doing, like dropping simple content, dancehall songs, and all of those things. Still satisfying the home audience, and then now how to actually merge two. It's like doing a highlife beat and then putting a dancehall verse on there. Then the highlife person go like, oh, Edo, but the dancehall person, the dancehall fan also get to enjoy that. Charlie, but it will be good on highlife. Then you know the transition is becoming smooth. Exactly. It's a bit tough and tricky.
I was just going to ask that. Isn't that more work?
It is like it's big. Sometimes I was like, Charlie, so all these songs, which one we could drop? We could drop dancehall, or we could do this thing. But I think I've always found a specific touch in there to know when to drop this to give to them. Like just like I'm saying, last year I didn't really drop any song. Like I didn't drop major songs. I dropped the reggae song and the dancehall song. Okay, so now that has kept me in there, the award scheme, at least reggae dancehall artists. Okay, stamped Jeme. Then the high life. Okay, what are we also doing to these people? Then we give them. So you are always able to be there. Then you are still shaping it. As of now, I'm still shaping it to become that one episode when they see Ngozi say, okay, so this is his sound. I'm still trying to discover myself, actually.
Isn't that the point where you start to feel like you're not being recognized enough here? Because now your focus is more on global, going global and letting people from outside hear the sound, sound. And it's like, oh, the people here are not getting what they actually want. And it's like they're not really talking about Epixode, giving us music and all that. Doesn't it start to make you feel like the people are not appreciating me enough?
Oh, it would always be like that. In the sense that you would have out of sight, out of mind. Let me just put it like that.
Yeah.
Now that we are taking it into a different space, I think for every young act's dream is to actually be one of the biggest. Not, it may be someone who just want to limit themselves to Ghana, but if really you want to have that iconic look, that okay, he's one of from Ghana. I don't think, no disrespect, but I don't think Weala cares so much about what is really happening here. Because one, she's even busy trying to rehearse for a tour. You know, she's even thinking of the band she carry go on the tour.
Different issues there.
You get
that one can make small issue.
You know, she's looking at the space she's going to enter where Richard Bona and all those people too they play. What can I do to also get to that level? When she comes home, you can't deny the fact that when you see her, you idolize her. That is it. For me, I think that is what I'm getting now. I've passed the stage where I want to prove a point to somebody that I'm good, and then I'm dance all this and I'm dance all that. Actually, to feed the world with the music and then see where else we can push the thing go.
Who goes to the studio? Dancehall episode or artist episode?
Both.
One has to be a little bit more demanding than the other. Is it challenging?
It is.
You forget yourself, and before you know, you enter dancehall mode.
Yeah. It happen. Wow, like I hear some dancehall, like, hey, when they drop this rhythm, let me write some 16 to it.
And like, hey,
you know, yes.
We are not doing that.
But no, it's not that we're not doing that. It's like now the focus is actually different.
Yeah.
You know, so for like 2 years now, my playlist has changed. The type of the type of even books that I read have actually changed. The type of song I want to listen to, the type of artist I want to keep on my profile has changed. That alone is giving me that, you know, you're surrounded with a certain space. So sometimes what is really happening on the next one, you know, they really click too much. You know.
I have just one last question for you, and I think it's nice that you mentioned that your taste or your preference in things have changed now. Different direction, the books, the playlist, you know, the music. I'm sure, and then you've in some of the songs that you've dropped, like the Nkrumah Way Day song, you know, that was like touching on. It was socially conscious, and stuff. And I think that highlife has been one of the genres since like E.T. Mercer's time.
Exactly.
has been used as a tool for
yes.
Shaping social discourse,
Exactly.
and then driving development and stuff. I want to know what your direction on that is, especially since you're tapping into the high life and then kind of bringing it back in a more modern way.
Exactly.
And then also with the fact that there are pre-existing issues when it comes to our society,
Yeah.
and the challenges that we face. Like we see our artists try to drop songs or make music that's socially conscious, and then drives like development and then change in our behavior, So like what direction are you taking on that, especially with your Reemergence and
Exactly. I think every record that I drop, or let's say in a year, I'm one of the few artists who would definitely do a song in that direction. Big up to the TGMAs for awarding me with the Music for Good song for this year, for the song Koto Boy, which actually focused on the Galamsey issue. Sometimes subconsciously you enter into the studio and then it just happens that you do this thing like that. But where I come from till today, my mother actually edits some of my songs.
Oh, okay.
So you can't do some song keke. Even if it is a part. My mother I did nyash. Yeah. You understand? Even though she likes it.
Check you right now.
Exactly. Because now she's also looking at it from time no or feel la denche. Yes.
They
So
push you.
I want to do the party songs. I want to bang in the club. But I think looking at the longevity, where I want to take the craft, I always have that space to create music that 10 years from now, 20 years from now can actually impact something like the Wahala Day that you said. So until Nkrumah and him go wipe for this earth,
The song
relevant.
it's relevant.
But does it end there?
No.
Like making the song and putting it out there and then being recognized for the kind of messaging that it has and the impact that
For me, it doesn't.
Okay.
So mine, it goes beyond just the music. That's how come I've been able to put some of these things in shirt and merch and all of those things. As a brand, as a young legend, let me call myself that.
Yeah, facts.
I'm asking myself, okay, if my kiddie grew, if she sits with her friends, what can she say?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my father's song. We should be proud to say that. I did a song for Mandela like 2015 before he even passed. And so many years after, somebody came to me in my DM and said that your Mandela song helped me pass my exam, because it was actually like a biopic of Mandela I put on the record.
Yeah.
So as they asked him the question, but he carried the song, he knew the lines, and then it helped him pass. So that is how I see my craft. It would not just end there with just dropping a song like that, and the focus too would never be about dropping the song for award. Just like I'm grateful, but it's also to add up to the voice.
Social impact.
Exactly, because I couldn't go on the street, so what can I also add to it? It's just my voice. And then I'm just happy that you have few of us looking at that direction. It's very hard because you want to top the chart, you want to do the party songs and everything, but just like I say, the longevity, the iconic moments, the legendary status, it would not just be a one day hit wonder. You'd have to create records,
Lasting.
Yeah.
I think you're on the right track, and I think you've opened our eyes and our hearts this morning on a lot of artistry. What's next, and what do we expect next?
So the album Sounds of Our Land is coming out this year. Maybe I for make you people listen some. I go
Come do some
listening for us.
exclusive
When?
listening. So
we go Shisha.
Shisha, fast. Yeah, I knew you would love it. So the album is coming out.
Sounds of Our Land.
Yeah. But it's abbreviated as Soul, the Soul album.
Okay.
Yeah, Soul album. So it's Epixode and it's Cruise. That's the name of the band.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm still trying to see how best I can still have time to do more art. Maybe this year do some exhibitions and sell out some pieces that I've also branched into a different space. I'm doing custom rags.
Entrepreneur.
And then I'm still thinking about it. I want to actually volunteer to help other creatives when it comes to the craft. In like because sometimes you watch state performance and you're like, oh Charlie, this one if you do I'm like this,
like
you,
that,
you know. So I want to create that creative atmosphere where you can have artists come to
enable
you and
other
say,
people.
you know, I have this performance for TGMA. I want to let's do it like. So that's what I'm looking at, branching and also expanding not just the music but everything that has got to do with the arts.
Craft.
Exactly. So
Charlie episode. Big up. I mean, it's always a joy when you come here.
Give thanks.
Today I was ready to fight, but you brought the shirt, so
I beg.
I come down for you.
Today, I see. If I don't bring a problem.
You didn't talk about his new song Millions.
Yeah.
Millions. So Millions is just a dancehall song. First I wanted to
turn the volume up.
Yeah, why not? You know,
Trust Cyril to turn the volume up.
The volume will go up.
Yeah.
Don't worry at all.
You know, it's just a
Bring the
dancehall
house
song.
down.
And then I was trying to incorporate like dancehall on a pan logo beat.
Okay.
But I couldn't do it straight like that. So you have the dancehall free and then in between like a bridge where the dancehall. But the message is definitely inspiring to every youth because we all want to make money. You understand? Yeah. So we want to make $1 million. We want to pray for the millions and just live life. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Vim, Charlie. Well, we've stepped over time a little bit, but thanks for those who are still watching, those who are listening on Plus. We had to bounce on you, but episode in the building, telling us more about artistry, elevating, and the constant evolution of an artist. And that is the story we've been telling for the last hour. And I remember the Sounds of Our Land album. Definitely, we go hear him first.
Fast.
When we hear we go hear him first before you go hear him. So definitely be checking the socials because the reviews go come.
Yeah.
But Charlie episode, thanks. It's always an honor having you. It's always great seeing what you do, and trust me, you inspire more people. Even we here cry. Lots of inspiration.
Make I talk some secrets. It got a time in my career that the Cyril won't sign me. But now my son ding.
Somebody told me that there's this guy, Charlie PK, shout outs to PK.
Yeah,
said,
PK.
There's this dancehall guy. The guy, yeah. I said, oh, no, Charlie, if you look at me, big boy, make it come. Charlie, they play me episode in tracks. I was like, hey, we're going for money right now. My brother, yeah. Charlie, but no, that was the beginning of a very long journey, and Charlie, the universe one way or the other still brought us together. So Charlie, much love,
Give
bro.
thanks.